This is a bear my dad gave me when I was 6 years old. At the time, my dad was stationed at Fort Carson, which is a military base in Colorado. And my mom, my brother, and my sisters and we lived in Broomfield, which is actually 3 hours away. My dad worked at Fort Carson because of his job, and at the time we didn't have the money to go move and live down in the area that he worked. So we stayed behind and we'd go and visit him on weekends, or he'd come up and visit us. And being 6 years old, I didn't quite understand why I didn't get to see my dad all the time and that I only saw him on weekends. And it was hard because I was a daddy's girl and I just missed him. And so one time when we went down to go visit him, he gave me this bear. And this is a uniform that my dad used to wear. And being the cheeseball that he is, his uniform has a name tag on it, and he put our last name on it, just like my dad's original uniform would have. And when he gave it to me, he said that whenever I miss him or I wish that my dad was there, that I could give this guy a little hug and I would know that my dad's right there cheering me on whatever I'm doing, and that he loves and he misses me just as much as I miss him. And so it was nice to have, and it just helped me through the time that my dad had to be stationed in Fort Carson. We lived in Colorado for a couple more years until I was about 11 or 12, and then we got stationed here in Arkansas. In Arkansas, we lived here for about 4 or 5 more years, and my dad got stationed in Georgia. And at the time, it was halfway through my junior year, and I was only 16. So what we did is we went to Georgia to go see how my credits would transfer and look at the school systems and see, just where we were going to live. And what we found out is that my credits wouldn't match up, and that I would actually have to graduate a year later than I was originally planned to. And so we decided that I would stay here in Arkansas, graduate on time and with honors, but I'd have to live with my 24-year-old sister. So that's just the decision we chose. It was best for me and my schooling. And my parents left January of my junior year. And before they left, my dad went and found this guy who got lost in a box when we first moved here. And he gave it to me and said that his promise still stands, that whenever I need him or that little extra push or that I miss him, I can just give him a hug and let him know that my dad misses me just as I miss him, and he's there supporting me and cheering me on in anything that I do. And, this little guy, he helped me through the rest of my junior year, helped me through my senior year, and now in college. It's kind of nice to know that my dad's still here even though they're in Georgia. And I use them now in college because, your first year of college is rough and you're deciding whether or not you want to do this. And there's times that I thought that I wanted to quit. And then I've looked over and I've seen this and I know that my dad's right there cheering me on, telling me to continue and keep fighting and keep learning. And so this bear, it does more than just let me know that my dad's there cheering and carrying on for me. It gives me motivation to do my best and to keep pushing through. And even though things are hard, I know that I can get through it because I have support and love from my family.